Yeah, no look, don't look. Nades in the sky, boy, no hook. Serving up a big plate, what I just cooked. Yeah, the line got 8, pride got took. Yeah. And now you on a poster. They can't even court you. I did it for the. I no look, don't look. Nades in the sky, boy, no hook. Serving up a big plate, what I just cooked. Yeah, the line got 8, pride got took. Yeah. And now you on a poster. They can't even court you. I did it for the culture. Yeah. You know that I got it. Yeah. You know that I got it. Yeah. All this game up in my pocket. Bet that you can't stop me. You know that I got it. I want it all. Fight to the finish. And don't make you fall. Go back to beginning. You never seen this. Game is the meanest. You watch on your phone now. Can't wait till they stream it. And they watch it over and over. Reporters can't approach ya. Your teammates wanna roach ya. I did it for the culture. You know that I Reporters can't approach ya. Your teammates wanna roast ya. Did it for the culture. Yeah. You know that I got it. Yeah. You know that I got it. Yeah. All this game up in my pocket. Bet that you can't stop it. You know that I got it.
3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know that I got it. Yeah. You know that I got it.
Yes, sir. What's good? As always, first and foremost, people. Please, in the studio. Yes, sir. Good evening, beautiful people. Welcome to week 10 of Overtime. It's already week 10. That's crazy. I'm Corey Mose, and tonight I'm joined by the lively Leonard. My guy, are you pumped for tonight? All right. You don't have to yell, bro. You got a mic on, dog. You give a dude one chance to be there, and he gets a big head. Remember, before we came, don't forget. Wise words from Corey tonight. And guess what? Sports team is coming from all around the basin to give you more highlights than Halloween costume ideas. So let's meet the squad for tonight. Let me go over here and meet my boy Jonathan Polasic. He was on Big Spring, and Mason Stories and Payas. And who's in the studio with me tonight? The trick to my treat, Alex Camera. But first, wave at the camera, Alex. There we go. But first, I'm going to swing it back over to J. Poe. He's at our game of the week between Big Spring and Fort Stockton. Now, Jonathan, a famous poet once said, first place, you can't be tied for first. So who claimed that top spot in district tonight?
Well, Corey, early on, it looked like Fort Stockton was going to take this game, run away, and hide after they put up 13 quick points to start. But Big Spring, you know, they kept in it, they kept fighting, and cut that lead down to keep it close at halftime and set us up for what became a very wild finish. And with that, let's go take a look at those first half highlights. Battle for first in district. Fort Stockton taking on Big Spring for our game of the week. The third play of the game. Fort Stockton starts the party early. A hand up to Isaiah Garcia, who gets a wide open lane and scampers for 67 yards and gives the Panthers an early 6-0 lead. Big Spring looks to answer. Gabriel Baeza hits Devin Manning, and he slips a would-be tackler and finds pay dirt for Big Spring's first score. Here we are, Fort Stockton again, and from 2 yards out, it's who else but Dominic Aguilar. He muscles his way in for 6 and extends the Panthers' lead. Big Spring wants to keep things close, and it's Baeza looking, and he launches an absolute dime. Kagan Mitchell comes down with it and cuts the Panthers' lead down again, 21-13, Fort Stockton at half. Let's go ahead and hear from Coach after the game. First off, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight, a gutsy win, 29-28. Talk to me about that second. You know, what kind of fight your team showed?
You know, they showed a lot of fight. You know, we knew Big Spring, they trailed last week, came back and had a great second half. I knew these guys would come out with it this weekend. We responded in a few plays and we had to, so couldn't be more proud of those guys.
And that last touchdown that y'all scored, talk to me about the gutsy play calling, going for two, going for the win.
That was a situation we got down here, didn't want to live it up to, we're pretty spotty on extra points. I get the pressure back.
Now that's everything that you from two teams fighting for first place in the district. We had lead changes and some drama at the end. Fort Stockton down late in the fourth quarter, scores a touchdown, and instead of going for the tie, they're going to go for the win. They go for the 2-point conversion and get it. And that would be just enough to edge out Big Spring tonight. Your final here tonight in Big Spring, Fort Stockton 29, Big Spring 28. Corey.
Thank you, Jonathan. Let's head over to Grande Communication Stadium, where Midland High celebrated their seniors before taking the field against Abilene High. The Eagles got on the board first, though, with this quarterback sneak after marching down the field in just 4 plays. And the Dogs barked back, though, doing a fake handoff to Zion Ward that fooled me, but I found the magician disappearing into the end zone. Landry Walls ties the ball game up from 38 yards out, 7-7 in the middle of the first quarter. But this Abilene offense, well, they weren't backing down. Abel Ramirez tosses a dart to his bullseye, Daniel Gebhardt, giving the Eagles a double-digit lead, and the Eagles would keep it that way tonight, knocking off MHS. Now, out in San Angelo, Congressman August Pfluger was tossing coins while Marcos Davila was tossing touchdowns. He finds Addison Akbar over the middle, who then flexes some muscles you can't buy off Amazon. And mama, there goes that man again, our former athlete of the week. He just got his trophy for Built Ford Tough Player of the Week. Donnie, not the Pope, Bishop, takes this mug all the way down to the 10-yard line. That would set up the hefty receiver, Chris Brazel, who adds to his touchdown resume. Legacy is having a nice drive back from San Angelo tonight, winning 69-28. All right, big game up next. Odessa High needed to beat Friendship tonight to keep their playoff hopes alive. Unfortunately, the Tigers wanted that smoke, all right? Andrew Braddock snags the first TD of the game, putting Friendship up 7-0. And breaking news, people, Diego Cervantes may be tougher than the Terminator. He came back from injury tonight and got to slinging that rock. First touchdown to Blaine Mendoza, then he'll go to his lucky number 7, Terrence Samuel, who shook the D to get into the end zone. Lamont Green already had 1 touchdown on the night, but the big boy went for seconds, closing Friendship's lead 35-28. But unfortunately, the Broncos couldn't keep up and complete the comeback, losing their final game of the season. Okay, so since we've seen all the 6A schools tonight, let me bring in my guy, Alex Camarada. Alex, these are the standings so far after tonight. As you see, Legacy at the top, Permian second, Abilene's third. But this is what happened after Odessa High lost just now. San Angelo Central is now 2-3, and it's just a bad ending for Odessa High.
Yeah, Corey, super unfortunate. They were having a good start to the season, and they just kind of petered out at the end of it. But head coach Dusty Ortiz, man, he's got to be proud of these guys, right? We had really no expectations for him coming into the year based on past seasons.
Yes.
And what they did this year to keep fighting, I'm excited to see the future for Odessa High.
Like, they came in last year with 0 wins all season long, and now you have a shot for the playoffs at the end of the year. What else can you ask for? But with that loss, that now gives San Angelo Central the go-way to the playoffs. I mean, now all they have to do is bank on Midland High not winning the rest of the year, and they get to go into the playoffs after that loss by Odessa High. So Central, they may have to thank Odessa High and send them a thank you card in the mail pretty soon. But Alex, you didn't cover any of these teams tonight. Who did you get?
Corey, I was out and about tonight. We're going to start you with the Greenwood Rangers taking on the SNYDER Tigers in a big game for Greenwood, trying to pick up its 3rd district win and clinch a postseason. Starting things up in the second, quarterback Ty Flowers throws a quick screen to his guy Zane Ogle, who fights for tough yardage to grab a Ranger first down. On the first possession of the second half, SNYDER quarterback Hunter Stewart has some trouble with the snap and forces the throw into heavy traffic where Jimmy Vasquez for the Rangers comes away with the pick and then makes sure the refs know he's got the rock. Ensuing drive for Greenwood, Flowers dropping back to pass, but he's like, nah, I'm just going to run it, and pulls things down, picks up the down inside the red zone. Then on first goal, running back Sean Kelly gets a nice lead block and scores this easy tutty as the Rangers grab a big district win over SNYDER and number 2 seed for the District 1 4A Division II playoffs. Greenwood not the only team in action in Midland. See tonight at Midland Christian, where Mustangs are trying to get back into the win column. They welcomed in the PLANO Crestwood Lions tonight in the first quarter. River Rodriguez, former athlete of the week here at Newsway SNYDER. No big deal. He'll call his own number and pick up a nice chunk of yardage here on the first down carry. A few plays later, some trickery. Chandler Caraway, who's used to catching passes for the Mustangs, works on this reverse pass and hooks up with Sean Madison on a beautiful thrown ball. Corey, who said receivers can't throw? Rodriguez take down again. Lead. Next possession, PLANO press quarterback McGuire Martin. This one's a little too high. It's going to fall right into the hands of D-back Cole Gunter, the senior. Corey, how fitting on senior night, comes away with the pick, and the Mustangs pick up their 7th victory of the year with a 27-21 dub over Prestonwood. And Corey, I mean, how hyped is Greg McClendon right now?
Oh,
losing last week to All Saints and now picking up this win. He's got to be happy.
You're right. And I'm sure he's a happy camper right now.
I think
exactly. Back into the comment, a big deal. Thank you, Alex. All right, see? Winner. That's how you do it, man. Listen to Alex, we'll be good to go. All right, folks, you have it here. You just saw Midland Christian get back in the winning column. Coming up after the break, I'll introduce you to our athlete of the week. We'll check in with Mason over in PECOS. We'll see how those Wink Wildcats did up in Iran. And finally, we'll get a little spooky to end our night with top plays. So, Candy, stay right there, or I'll send Lynn after you. He's spooky.
So dirty, jump away, so I keep it clean. Hand down, man down, come through dripping. Back turn on the oop, I'ma catch him slipping. Yeah, no look, don't look. Nay, dancing in the sky, boy, no hook. Serving up a big plate, what I just cooked. Get in line, got hook. Yeah. And now you on a poster. They can't even call. I did it for. I know, look. Nay, dancing in the sky, boy, no hook. Serving up a big plate, what I just cooked. Get in line, got 8, pride got took. Yeah. And now you on a poster. They can't even call you. I did it for the culture. You know that I got it. You know that I got it. All this game up in my pocket. Bet that you can't stop. You know that I got it. I want it all. Fight to the finish. You'll make it fall. Go back to beginning. You never seen this. Game is the meanest. Watch on your phone now. Can we stream this? And they watch it over and over. Over and over. Reporters can approach ya. Your team's on the road. For the culture. You know that I Reporters can't approach ya. Your teams wanna roast ya. Did it for the culture.
Welcome back to week 10 of overtime. You know what they say, football coaches will tell you if you win the over battle, more than likely to win the game. Athlete of the week from Greenwood had more takeaways than Swiper from Dora.
RJ is a relentless kid.
By definition, relentless means oppressively constant. Boy, RJ oppressed the mess out of Monahan's offense last week, locking down his side of the field with 3 receptions.
If I get my hands on it, don't drop it. That's it. Or just don't let the guy catch it. Anything I can. I really think I was getting 3.
The first one maybe not as big as the second one. The second one's down there going in the end zone. But we've had some big goal line stands this year. That one, to be able to pick a ball inside the red zone was probably as big as any stop we've had this year.
And of course, you know, on the bus ride back, his boys had to hype him up a little bit.
I felt like a real king, just sitting in my seat. They were just like, yeah, yeah. And everybody's like, I'm so proud of you. And it was great.
He's a fun guy. Soft-spoken. You don't see him doing a lot. He's not talking and mouthing, and he just does his job. And he's that same guy in the locker room, and the kids really respond to that really well.
RJ has waited to be crowned for a minute, coming back from an injury last year and now voted captain by his teammates.
Having to miss about 6 weeks of the season to get himself back into shape, you know, it just takes that type of, you know, I'm going to just prove it kind of deal, and that's really what RJ's been able to do for us.
I feel like responsibility, I got to step up a little more than everybody else. I'm seeing myself to me too, and I try to be a leader for the juniors.
He has respect not only of the coaching staff, but of every kid on the football team as well.
Congratulations again, RJ. Now, when I asked Mr. Kelly who he loved watching in the NFL, it all made sense. He told me Cowboys corner Trayvon Diggs comes first to mind. Now, this guy leads the league in interceptions while RJ snagged 3 in one game, so that's a correlation. Okay, y'all, time to head to Pecos as they battled Monahans tonight, and Mason and the Basin had it covered. Mason, earlier today, told me this game had playoff implications, correct?
Yeah, Corey, definitely some playoff implications in the game here tonight. With both these teams sitting further down in district play, you could basically call it a battle for who was going to punch that ticket to playoffs. And Monahans did it here tonight. Well, Pecos started the night out right, making the folks with a little parent appreciation. That was followed by a coin toss by a very familiar face. That's right, Congressman Tony Gonzalez. But when the fun was over, these guys came out to play. The Eagles with the first points on the board. Number 21, Ezekiel Saldana, gets the ball, and there is no stopping him. Monahans wouldn't sit by without some points of their own. Gino Navarrete takes the snap and finds a wide-open Tanner Jones, who catches the ball and just struts this thing in. After a long drive down the field, Pecos finds the end zone again. Handoff to Ezekiel Saldana, who makes the scoring thing look too easy. Let's see how the game went from a player's perspective. All right, so this game had some serious playoff implications for y'all. I mean, how does it feel to come out and get such a big win at such an important time?
Feels good that we got the win, but we just got to move on to the next one.
Now, as you saw, those first half highlights did not do the final score justice, but hey, it sure looks like Monahans might have found their groove again. Corey?
Thank you, Mason. Great job, Monahans. Over in Iran, we had some dudes looking like vets on the field tonight. It was a big, bad Braves final home game of the season, and they tried their hardest to go out with the dub. If you don't believe me, you just saw J.D. Solis get into the end zone. Then we had my guy, Brandon Peters, that's who he was, finding the end zone and getting to the hole as he finds that touchdown. And then my guy Morgan gets the pick 6 and then gets into the end zone. And we'll lose this one actually to Wink by a big margin. All right, let's head out to Andrews. All right, Goons and Goblins, the Mustang Bowl. Out there, they hosted San Angelo Lakeview, and the Mustangs whooped these boys worse than my mama did after I came home with a D on my progress report. Jackson Loudermilk. Oh, that's actually Pecos. My guys from Pecos, Ezekiel Saldana. We just saw that from Mason. It's okay, though. As y'all see, Monahans will get the win, and there it goes. We're back to EJ Lopez. EJ Lopez then finds Cooper over 2 people, and then gets the touchdown. And then Andrew's back. All right, folks, come back here. We'll chill. Hi, Alex. Alex is back in the studio with me. We're going to do top plays real quick, okay? You ready, Alex?
Let's get it, Corey.
All right. Look, I know this is your first time, so look, point of advice, just be chill. Just watch these plays, no bias. There's 3 great plays, all right?
I can't pick.
You can't pick. I'm sorry.
We leave it up to the fans.
We leave it up to the – see, you
all right.
already good at this.
I know.
He knows what he's doing. All right, let's roll it. Top play time. Coming up first, we have Big Spring Gabe Baeza. You see this, Alex? A little dime over the middle.
T-money.
Ooh, 1 cut, and that's what you call a touchdown, baby. After that, we've seen this about 3-4 times now, so you see why it's the top play number. Zeke Saldana, is he faster than you, bro?
Feed Zeke, I think so.
Feed Zeke, I like that. And EJ, shout out Andrews. Look at that dime, bro. Ooh.
Not a quarter, Corey, a dime.
Not a quarter, a dime. Hey, that's a one-liner. I love it. Remember, folks, to vote, just go to my Twitter page, and I'll have a poll ready for you. The Twitter page is actually right there. As you can see, at Corey_Mose. I have that poll ready for you tomorrow at 2 p.m., and it'll be up until midnight of Tuesday, okay? So you have about 3 or 4 days to get those votes in. Anyways, though, that's all I got for y'all tonight. Who you got?
I got to go big screen, man. Gabe Baeza.
Gabe Baeza?
He's the man.
All right, that's the truth. That's the truth. I'm going to go with Andrews.
Mustang boat.
EJ Mustang boat, I'm just saying. All right, folks, I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night. We love y'all. You love the people, right?
We love you.
Just making sure.
We love you so much.
All right, folks, God bless. Have a safe, wonderful